Before Spain, before Manila, there was an empire that ruled these waters, trading with China, India, and beyond. An empire so powerful that foreign kings recognized it. And yet today, almost no one remembers its name. This is the story of the Kingdom of Tondo. 600 years of history erased. Until now. Imagine a mighty empire, thriving for over 6 centuries, located not in Europe or the Middle East, but right here in the archipelago of what is now the Philippines. An empire whose capital sat on the shores of what became the modern city of Manila. This is the story of the Kingdom of Tondo. A trading power, a political force, a cultural crucible. And yet, until now, largely erased from our textbooks. In the next 20 minutes, we'll plunge into its origins, its rise, its astonishing network of trade and diplomacy, its dramatic decline, and most importantly, why this lost empire still matters today. Stay with me to the end, because what you'll learn might change the way you think about Philippine history forever. What if I told you that the earliest written record in the Philippines, the famous Laguna Copperplate Inscription, dated to 900 AD. What if I told you that this kingdom traded with China, India, and the Malay world long before the Spanish arrived? And what if I told you that by the 16th century, the Spanish arrival didn't just conquer Tondo, it erased its status, merged it into Manila, and obscured its legacy for centuries? This is not a myth. It's real. But until now, rarely told. Let's begin. Our only clue comes from a 900-year-old copper plate found near Laguna Bay. The inscription mentions a place called Tondo, and records a debt forgiven by a ruler. This one document proves something incredible, that the islands of the Philippines already had kingdoms, writing, and diplomacy long before any European arrival. Our only clue comes from a 900-year-old copper plate found near Laguna Bay. The inscription mentions a place called Tondo, and records a debt forgiven by a ruler. This one document proves something incredible, that the islands of the Philippines already had kingdoms, writing, and diplomacy long before any European arrival. Tondo was born from trade, perfectly positioned at the mouth of the Pasig River, linking the inland Lake of Bay to the South China Sea. Its rulers, called Lakan, controlled goods flowing between the highlands and the open ocean. From gold and beeswax to pottery and silk, Tondo became a node in Asia's oldest trade routes. Influenced by India and the Malay world, the people of Tondo adopted Sanskrit titles, practiced animism with Hindu-Buddhist elements, and developed a thriving class of nobles known as Majinu. By the 14th century, Tondo was recognized by the Ming dynasty itself. Chinese records mention a Luzon envoy arriving at the imperial court. The empire's influence stretched across Bulacan, Pampanga, and Zambales, its capital a busy cosmopolitan port. Nobles wore gold, traded silks, and sent emissaries abroad. But power also brought rivals. The nearby Kingdom of Manila and the rising Sultanate of Brunei sought control over the same waters. In 1571, the Spanish arrived in the bay. Tondo's Lakan Bunaudula, known to history as Lakandula, tried to preserve peace. But soon, Spanish cannons thundered across the Pasig River. The once independent Kingdom of Tondo was absorbed into a new colony, its capital renamed Manila. Over time, the very word Tondo was reduced to a mere district name, its history erased by conquest, its archives lost to fire and time. Today, historians are rediscovering Tondo's story, piece by piece. It tells us that Filipinos were not a people without civilization, but part of a vibrant Asian network, trading, writing, ruling, long before colonial rule. To remember Tondo is to reclaim a part of identity erased by history. Its story reminds us that the Philippines was never simply discovered. It was always here, thriving, connected, and proud. For 6 centuries, the Kingdom of Tondo ruled the seas, and for 4 more, its name lay buried. But today, we tell its story again. Because history doesn't belong only to the conquerors, it belongs to the forgotten. And the Kingdom of Tondo speaks once more. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Comment below. What surprised you most about the lost empire of Tondo? Until next time, keep your history alive.